Hello everyone, my name is Julian. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Today is Monday, March 28th at 6:32 a.m. and it is also day 34 of me documenting my programming journey on my way to becoming a mobile developer. Let's get into it. Over the last day or so, I've been working on updating the accountability expense tracker app that I have out on the App Store. It's called Accountability: Expenses. I want to change that to Accountable. I think I'm going to, because there's no app called Accountable on the App Store, and that name's way better, and that's really the only reason. So I'm going to work on that app today. It's out on the App Store, like I said, but I want to roll out some changes to that app because at first it's as it stands right now, it's a very simple app, one screen, can't really do too much in it. And I've been working on adding a tab layout, making it look a little nicer, and adding a little bit of organization into my code to make things a little bit easier on my end, just to practice. It's really just a practice app. I don't plan on promoting an expense tracker, but it's a way for me to practice and understand how app releases work, how updating apps on the App Store works, and we're gonna keep going and see how it pans out. Today, I really wanted to focus on working on a little bit more software architecture stuff. Let's check this out for a second. So in our code here, we have all this code that spells out how to put together our expenses list, which is in our app right here. And it's basically the portion that makes up, so if I added more, we would see all of these things come in. And what's making this list itself happen is this code. And I don't like the way it works right now, mainly because it just seems a bit messy, and it's kind of just a lot in one view, because there's even more stuff down here. We have a toolbar button, we have our body property, of course, which is nice and clean. I do like the way that looks, and initializer and function and all that kind of stuff. So I want to basically take this, clean it up by putting it in its own view. I got started on this in my last vlog, but I didn't quite finish. So let's do that and see what happens. I might end up just reverting all my changes because it might not be better. Maybe it is better this way, even though we got a lot of indentations, a lot of stuff going on here, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go for it and not be shy about rolling it back if I don't like it. That I wanted to make. Let's check it out. Now our expense view code is a lot cleaner, a lot more concise. It's a lot less going on, and even our body property is really concise. I like it a lot. There isn't too much logic going on within our body property, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So the way we did this was basically taking all of our expenses list view and putting it in this, which is a new view. And it's basically doing all the stuff that it was doing before, except it's in a new location to make our expenses view a bit cleaner. I do think it is worth it, even though it seems like a little bit of just taking stuff and moving it somewhere else. I do think it's worth it just for this organizational extra level. And especially now that we have less indentations going on in our expenses list view, we're not going so far in our document, in our code, I mean. And it's great. I do enjoy it, and let's explore some other stuff. So there are a couple other things I want to try. One is a feature that I want to implement because I want to implement it, and another is just an organizational feature, again, only for our code, of course. We have this edit expense view right here, which is the screen that's shown when we want to edit an expense. So this is the edit expense view, the screen right here. And right now we have a very long view file. It's got a lot of code going on here, and I want to try putting it in a view model. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I think I probably won't. That's what I'm thinking, but I kind of want to see if I can do it. That's kind of the main reason I'm even doing it. I just want to experiment, play around, and see what problems I run into, see if I can resolve them, if I run into any, which I probably will. And then I want to evaluate whether or not it's worth it. Another thing I want to do is add some sort of sort functionality in here. I think I want to replace this edit button with a sort button and then make it so that you can delete an expense in here instead of using the edit button, because right now you're always going to have the swipe to delete functionality, but not everybody knows about that. So I want to create an alternative way to delete an expense. So if we get rid of this, replace it with a sort button, you can sort by name, sort by date, sort by amount, whatever, and then have a delete button in here so that users can have an alternative way to delete their expense. I think that's a good trade-off. So I'm going to try to do both those things now. Let's see what happens. I gotta get ready for work, but let's go over some of the things I just added. So I mentioned I wanted to add a delete button in edit expense view so that we could get rid of the edit button up here and replace it with a sort button. More on that in a second. If we go into our expense now and we hit delete expense, we'll go back and it won't be like that. I'm gonna add an alert so that it's not immediately getting deleted, because that's really annoying. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow or later today, probably at work, because I code on my lunch break sometimes. And also what I added was this sort button. And right now it adds our confirmation dialog, sort alphabetically, sort by different things. Right now this doesn't work. And I'm trying to figure out why. I think I know why, but I'm trying to figure out how to implement the fix and the best way to do this. And I'm starting to think the best way to do it might be to move my expenses list view back into expenses view. I'm thinking I might have made things a little bit too complicated, passing things around all over the place, and it might just be easier for me to move expenses list view back. I don't know yet, we'll see. But I did add the button, I did add the confirmation dialog, that stuff works, but nothing is being sorted yet, which is a bummer. And I believe that's just about it for now. So I'm gonna get out of here, start getting ready for work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.